The first thing I'm going to do is decide if the answer is negative or positive. This number is a negative and this number is a negative, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So our answers are going to be positive. Remember, like signs, you get a positive. That's the multiplication division rule when it comes to multiplying with negative numbers. The next step is we need to change each of the mixed numbers to improper fractions. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 11, and I get 33, and then I add the numerator, the 2, and I get 35, and then you keep the same denominator, the 11. All right, on this next part, we need to multiply 6 times 5, and we get 30. Then we add the numerator, which is 3, and we get 33, and then I place it over the same denominator, the 5. Then in this first example, I'm going to show you how to reduce diagonally first. We're going to reduce first and then multiply across. So I'll grab a different color for this. Let's see if orange shows up nicely. Okay, 11 and 33 can be divided by 11. 33 divided by 11 is 3. I'm out of room. I need a little bit more room, so I'm going to erase this work. Okay, 33 divided by 11 is 3, and I just circle it a lot so that I know that's my new number. And then 11 I also divided by 11. You have to divide both numbers by the same number, so I divided them both by 11, so this is allowed. All right, 11 divided by 11 is 1, and that's as simple as that gets. 1 and 3, I'm finished with that part. Okay, I'll grab a different color. Let's look at 5 and 35. Well, 5 and 35 can both be divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then 35, I have to divide it by the same number 5, I get 7. And then I multiply the 7 and the 3, and I get 21. I multiply the 1 and the 1, and I get 1. And we decided the answer is going to be positive, so this is a positive 21. And then I'm going to erase some of my work so that I can make room for the other way of doing this. So I'm not going to walk you through changing this to an improper fraction again. We already did that. We got 35 elevenths. And we already changed this one to 33 fifths. So now let me show you what it would look like if you just multiplied right away. So 11 times 5, that's simple, it's 55. But 35 times 33 is a little bit more work. All right, so 35 times 33. 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 0 to hold the place. 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. And we get 1,155. 1,155. So I can tell that I can divide each of these numbers by 5 because they both end in a 5. So I know that 55 divided by 5 is 11. And then 1,155 divided by 5, I do not know what that is. So let's see. 5 goes into 11 twice. 5 times 2 is 10. I subtract. Bring down the 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Bring down the 5. 5 goes into 5 1 time. All right, I better switch colors so we can see it. 5 times 1 is 5. All right, so 231 was the result. And then at this point, I wouldn't really know if 231 is divisible by 11. I would have to check and see. So 231, that's hard to see. Let's try that again. 231 divided by 11. 11 goes into 23 twice. We get 22. 23 minus 22 is 1. Bring down the 1. 11 goes into 11 one time. So we get, actually, 231 divided by 11. 231 divided by 11 was equal to 21. We got the same answer when we did the work this way. But I'm trying to show you that generally I find this to be easier, to reduce first and then multiply. Look at all the extra work that I had to do with multiplying over here and then dividing over here. It was messy and a lot of work. This part on the left, this was a lot easier. So the answer is positive 21.